Hey, what's up, guys? Midwest Dad Squad back at you again. Another week, another episode. We got something in store for you guys tonight. We have another guest speaker. Was supposed to be two, but I was informed that the other person could not make it. So it's okay. We'll still have a great time with this guest. Alongside, I have my other co host. His name is Eric Gold
Woo
from Kimball, South
woo!
Dakota. Woo! I
Yeah.
have my other co-host. He's fairly new. What are you, about 2 weeks in now? I think
Yeah,
it
two
is
or three.
two
I
or
think this is the
three.
third.
Guys,
I think this is the third.
give
I
a
think
round of
it's
applause for Drew Life. Hold the applause, everybody.
Yeah,
All zero
yeah,
people
hold the
watching.
applause.
God. Eventually we'll get cool again, but
One of these days.
one of these days. Guys, what do we got going? What do we have in store for us tonight besides the guest speaker? Eric, I know you want to talk right now.
Oh, that's fucked up. But anyways, my power's on tonight. But with my power being on, my speakers aren't on, so I'm running off of my phone. So this doesn't even work right now.
No,
it shows a green light, so it's got to be on.
Yeah.
It's strictly a prop tonight. It is strictly a prop tonight. No, we actually got a cool little guest today. It's not really little. He is
I was gonna say I wouldn't arm wrestle the guy if I saw him. That's for sure.
Oh, geez, the guy's got arms the size of your head. Like, I think he's cool, but I don't really know him that well. But I see him every single day, so he's cool enough to be on the show, I guess, right?
Cool enough that
Absolutely.
way.
Yeah. I think he's got kids. I mean, that's kind of the rule. If you're a guest on here, you're at least a host or a co-host. You want to be on the show, you got to have kids. Doesn't matter.
That's not.
You got to have a dad.
That's not even fair.
You got to have a dad.
You said kids, and you guys each only have one. You have one kid.
No, I got two kids.
Oh, okay. Eric's
you didn't know that, did you? Boom.
No, I didn't.
Anyways,
I actually have four.
You have to have a child to be on this podcast.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That makes more sense now.
Anyways, should we put this little knucklehead up on the stage or what?
Let's bring him
on.
Well,
we might as well. Let's bring him on. All right, can we get a little drum roll here, please? And here he is. What up, Tori?
It says David DeBryan on his name.
Oh shoot!
and he isn't that ugly to be David.
Yeah,
you're gonna cut somewhere.
How's it going, Tori?
Hey, good. How you guys doing?
Yo, we've been better.
Good.
I appreciate you having me on tonight.
At least Eric's lights are on, so he's feeling a lot better this week.
He can see
this episode.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go John Cena style.
Could stand under a street light with his phone.
And that was last week. Every light that I could get.
Oh, Alexa, man. Turn on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit, that's right. I can't turn on any lights.
Yeah. Oh, like the best part of it, like my kid was freaking out, like, Dad, I can't charge my phone. I'm like, well, that sucks for you, kid.
Figure it out.
How worse news?
We got it figured out though. Oh, that's good stuff.
Apparently, you can go a whole year without paying your electric bill, right?
Well, I found that out last week. So I think the episode tonight was going to show everybody how to properly set up, what is it? Auto pay. I guess when you have it set up and it runs a whole year, I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't know how I managed to go a whole year without paying my electricity bill.
That's pretty wild.
You ever heard of balloon? In the finance world, we call that a balloon payment, where you take something and use it for a long time, and then you make one big payment.
One of those IOUs.
Yeah, well, they got me.
Tori, we were talking
hold on to that one.
We were talking before you came on. Do you one of the things is you got to have a child, if not more than one. Do you have children?
Oh yeah, I got three. Absolutely.
Eric. What do
you have? A 7th grader, I got a 3rd grader, and I got a kindergartner right now.
Wow.
Boy, Kale, Callie, Jackson. And so, nice. Yeah, they're like right above the garage right now in their rooms.
kind of cool setup there, Tori.
I appreciate that.
Are those your kids' paintings in the background, or what are those?
Actually, those are my paintings. Last year I did a side business, and see if I can get a couple more of them.
Oh yeah, look at all those.
And then I actually have a lot more as well, like stacked up and everything. But I sold paintings on the side for a while and did pretty well at it. And when I decided to do the podcast, I thought that it'd be cool to have like my own stuff on my wall for my design. So I just hung my paintings up and put a little black backsplash on it.
What kind of paint is it? Like acrylic or oil or what?
Spray paint.
Like
and yeah, I'll do spray paint, and I'll use different stencils and different like tools for texture on the paint and stuff to make like mountains, water.
That's pretty cool.
Planets. Like
that's really cool.
I did a Tori's Paint Factory on TikTok is my paint page, so that's completely separated from my podcast.
Are you the same guy that tags all the trains that comes through Sioux Falls?
No. I started and then I kept getting arrested.
Not legally.
Third time getting put in cuts, I was like, I am not good at this game.
Well,
we got the MW one.
You always signed your name, TC Tori.
Yeah. Now we can vote at every single one you did.
Yeah, exactly. They got your signature. It's like the Smoky Bandits.
One time.
We're the wet bandits now.
We're the wet bandits now. It's flooding everyone's basements.
That is crazy.
So where did Midwest Dad come from? The Midwest Dad.
It was kind of something that I started going through a little funk this past winter. No, it was not Call of Duty. I know. It does look like Modern Warfare. I know. No, it's just this past winter I kind of went into like a little funk like mentally, and
like a Kelsey brother funk.
Yeah.
Why did Kelsey brother do a podcast? So I wanted to do one too.
Well, okay, I was watching that, but I was injured from work and I just really couldn't do a whole lot, and so I was starting to get in my head about things, and I was just starting to get negative about a bunch of stuff, and I just like, I need to do something. I'm on 12 fantasy leagues and this is boring. Like I'm so bored. I need to do something. So then I go to my wife. I'm like, I need a freaking hobby right now. I can't do anything. Like I'm going crazy. Like I'm about to lose it. And so she's like, yeah, but you quit everything you started. You started doing guitar lessons. You quit that. We had to buy you a boxing bag, because you went to a boxing class. You quit that. And I was like, I know. I need to find something that I can stay motivated with. So then I was like, you know what? Why don't I do a podcast? And I had no idea what I was going to do. And then
I'm
so finally,
surprised you didn't go to OnlyFans. Like, I mean, you did a podcast rather than OnlyFans.
Nobody wants to buy that we're not hearing,
Nobody wants to buy pictures of my feet.
There's 80-year-old men out there.
That's pretty cool.
So I just came up with. I was like, you know what? Like after kicking it around for like an hour or two, I'm like, why don't I start up a podcast about what it's like being a dad from the Midwest? And I just ran with it. And then Eric wasn't my first guy, but he was one of them. And I just kind of asked him, I was like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, would you be willing to do this?
Pick, but he was my second.
Yeah.
So where's your first pick at? Where's your first pick at right now, huh?
Fucking here.
Yeah, I'm not trying to mention that. And that's why I said, that's why I'm glad I have Eric, because he's been super loyal to it and we've taken it seriously. And then we've just been lucky enough to add Drew because he's been watching every single week, engaging with us. And it's been a grind. That's for sure. Like trying to get it started up. I'm sure, trying to find the right platforms, the right logo for your podcast. It's a freaking grind, man.
It is.
I don't know. I'm just glad to have them on my show. It's a blast.
Did your wife do all the work for you, though, Davey?
Dude, that's awesome, though.
With the overlay part, I'm so bad. I'm so bad with technology. So yeah, she did help me with the background and
tell her thanks for all the hard work that you came up
with a lot of that.
Yeah.
Idea.
Oh no, I'm lagging. I think. Are you lagging?
David's lagging.
No.
Yeah, David's sitting there like, hey, babe, I got this idea. She's like, yeah, let's do this. He's like, hey, that's a good idea. Can I take credit?
I wonder if David paid his bill.
What
He's
is-
lagging.
Wi-Fi is going down.
You're smiling an awfully long time right there.
we got Robo David over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff.
My buddy James at work actually designed my logo for mine, so I didn't design mine either. I told him what I was doing, and he's like really into that type of stuff, so he just brought one to work. He's like, look at this. I was like, I love it. I'll use it. Now I got a sticker on the back of my car from it.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
David's kind of back, I think.
Ish.
No, he's moving a little bit. Oh, where's David?
Oh,
I don't
Dave.
know. He hasn't blinked in a long time, so I think that's the sign that it's not back.
Well, we're going to have a staring contest. First one blinks loses. That's so crazy.
He's out of it too.
That's crazy. It's okay. We're not missing much. You guys aren't missing much.
Okay. I think it's good now. We have still one bar. What is going on?
I think you
Oh,
might
we
want...
can hear. We can hear
I can
you
hear
now.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Is everybody good?
I'm
I
good.
can
Now
hear
you're
you.
good. Now you're
Okay.
good.
Golly, are we getting a tornado over here or what? Jeez.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully not.
I hope not
Come-
either.
Come in and take all of Eric's inventory. We don't want that.
Yeah.
If there's one coming through, I'm going to the nearest trailer park. Take me with you.
Tori, you do a podcast too? Like, what do you talk about?
So I'm very topic based on my podcast. Like last week I did accountability. One of my first weeks I did breaking the habit. I'm really into cycles. I'm really into trying to build up a positive momentum for people by holding yourself accountable and keeping yourself in a forward thinking way. And also there's regenerating degenerations is also really about bringing back an older style of thinking, which I feel like a lot of people have lost in today's world. Like hardworking, knowing your role in your life, knowing what you're good at, knowing what you need help at, but also being man enough to ask for help and not be a little bitch enough to go and like make someone do it for you. You know, always be learning, always be moving forward. Always be trying your best at whatever you're doing, even if it is you are the best. I'm really big at you setting your own standards and repeating and getting bigger at them. Just things along those natures to try to create, positive thinking and positive mentality out there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's good stuff. Like, it's so, like, I think the old school ways of just everything, life in general, has just kind of gone out the window. You got all these damn young kids trying to do something. They're trying to reinvent the wheel.
Well, yeah, there's a way of life that worked for a really long time in this world that a lot of people are acting like it was the worst thing on this fucking planet. But in reality, generations and generations lived a certain way. And as long as it's a tale as old as time, no matter what society you look at, like unless it's like you're stuck being a peasant way back in the day, there's no way you getting out of the role of slavery or whatever. But for the most part, in the societies that we live in, if you work hard and you actually just try to do something with it and you're consistent with it and you stick with something, you're not hopping around left and right, you'll more than likely be successful. And that's everyone. And
Absolutely.
I guarantee most people we know nowadays have like 9 or 10 different jobs that they've done or tried to do a million different things with their life. But that just tells me you never really tried anything,
Hey.
You never really did anything.
I thought you were just like, I'm number one.
Shout out to you, Tori.
I just figured you were.
What's up, Aaron? Yeah, there's the concept of if you didn't give yourself enough time to perfect it, did you really give yourself enough time to do it,
So you can relate that to the dad life too, is like, your kid's 6 months old, like, you're not going to be the best dad on your first child in 6 months. You ever see those commercials, the love commercials, where like the mom's like, oh, this is my first kid, and it's like such a zoo rat race kind of a thing, and then it's like, my second kid, now my kid's wearing gloves, and it's like, So easy.
Mhm.
It's like same freaking thing. Like parenting doesn't happen overnight, David. It comes with time and patience.
Well, it's funny because one of the questions I was going to ask is, what age were you when you became a parent, and what was your outlook on parenting when you became a parent? Because I feel like those are massively like related to each other, and they're probably tremendously different now for how like old we are and shit you've seen and been through, and you know. So yeah, what age were you guys when you became dads?
Okay, so first of all, I think this is the freaking Step Brothers, where like we usually interview you, the guest, but now it's
I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on.
No, this is awesome. This is totally awesome.
I was
Have you
20.
been talking with Murph? He's been talking to Murph. God,
I just wanted to be prepared so I can make sure I gave you guys a good conversation.
He walks in with the tux on and everything. I'm here to fuck shit up. Is what he
Yes.
You guys are wearing tuxedo to a job that requires cleaning toilets.
I'm sorry.
Exactly. No, that's a great question.
It is.
I mean, I guess I can lead it off. I guess I was 22 when I became a parent. My son's 7, and that's my oldest, and then I have a newborn that's going to be 1 here soon. So I'm 29 now. But it was and then 2 in between. So I have 4 total. Yeah, being brought into the fatherhood was crazy at the age of 22. I was 22. Yeah. 22, 23. God, I can't remember. Anyways, when you have 4, they all run together. But like it's totally different. It's totally different now. You know, you're at a young age. I mean, especially being at 22, you're at that party stage in your life, you know, where you're always going out and wanting to just, you know, hang out with buddies and go golfing every day. Well, you know, all that stuff comes to a complete like stop. I mean, not a stop, but like a really strong like halt. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean,
especially first 6 months.
Right. I mean, when we had that son, I mean, I played softball like every weekend. Like, I'm not kidding you, every single weekend. And then no. I play like once a month now until it gets to like August. Then it's every weekend. But it's crazy because you put in perspective, like these kids are relying on you, and you definitely get a lot more patient as the years go on and the maturity and having the kids. Like obviously like you lose your temper every once in a while, but the more kids you're just kind of like, oh, the 4th one, it's just like, I wish, you know, I'm really glad that I had it at this age, because you're a different dad than when you were 22, 23, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know about I don't know how young y'all were when you had your first kid, but I mean, it was just it's like it's one of those things like, well, I'm not sure I'm ready to be a dad, and then it happens and you're like, boom, it just, you have to do it type of thing.
Oh yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, so my oldest is 15. If I do the math correctly, I'm almost 38. So I was like 22, 23 as well. You know, my outlook on it was like, shit, if someone else can do it, why can't I do it? And then the kid comes, and then you're like, what the hell did I just get into? But no, it's like the first kid was awesome. I wish I would have stopped at my first kid. My second kid, you guys seen it on the podcast before, you know, she's a pain in my butt. But anyways, like it does get easier with time, but at the same time, as easier as it gets harder at the same time, because children grow. They grow into things, they grow out of things. So it's like every single day is different. Just like with parenting, like yourself, you need to be a better parent. And then you got this little, I don't know, everybody demon seed or whatever you want to call her, but like
I call them fuck trophies, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it's like
Best trophy I ever got.
but it's just like one of those things, like every day is a good day, and then like, oh shit, man, my kid's awesome. And then you wake up and it's like ceramic vases get thrown across the room and freaking just all kinds of crazy stuff.
I think one thing that like you and Tori, with having older kids, one thing that you have to deal about, I mean, you have to deal with society nowadays. That's a really big thing. I mean, you know, my kid's in elementary school right now, so like I'm not really worried about somebody identifying as a kitten in elementary school.
Yeah.
But like in the high schools, that's a high school, middle schools, like that's a real thing. Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy how that, I mean, and that's something that you have to worry about.
So I do think that I don't, because I'm preparing my kids the correct way for certain things in life.
Sure.
And I'm letting them know ahead of time. And for the most part, when you are ahead of the horse with the kids, it works out the way it's supposed to. But what a lot of people are failing to see is most parents aren't preparing their kids for the bullshit that's out there. Like, I'm a firm believer that parents speak to their kids how they want the world to sound and not how the world actually is. And so the kids aren't actually prepared for the real world once they leave some of these parents' houses, if that makes sense. And so, like, and that's what's happening with a lot of these kids.
You come into
David, what about you?
What was that? Did I cut out?
No, I was just saying, like, you're right. But in my household, my kid learns the way I learn, and that's the hard way.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and I'm all about the hard way, because it's the once you go sit down and like teach the lesson after they had a hard lesson happen, they're more prone to actually listen to it.
Yes.
Like
as long as they're prepared beforehand, right?
Yeah. But then it just gets harder on them until it's too hard and they have to listen. And that's how everyone else learns in this world. You know, you learn the bad things in life. You don't learn positive things from the good things in life.
Yeah, it's trying to be proactive rather than
reactive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think I was 28 turning 29 when Eli was born, and I'm 30 now. So he just started walking last week. So it's great, and it's literally insane how quick it happens. Like, because you just been wanting it, you want it, and then it's just like no. Oh,
absolutely. It's the concept of they're always following you around till they start walking, and then you're only following them around from then on out.
Yeah. No, like what Drew said too. I applaud Drew 100%. Having a kid at 22 years old, I mean, if I were to feel like I was having a kid when I was 22, I would never be prepared ever. I was such a partier. I drank all the time when I was 22. My priorities were not there at all, and maturity wise, I was definitely not ready for a kid. And so that's why I'm kind of glad that I waited to have a kid, so I was older, but I still went to all the baby classes because I didn't know shit about being a parent. I've never changed a diaper before. Like, I just like, if not my kid, not my problem. And that's just the mentality I've always had. And
absolutely.
I even went to a mentality till you have one, huh?
Well, and it's one of those things you don't realize your parents didn't know shit until you realize you don't know shit when it comes to parenting,
Yep.
Yeah. I remember, I mean, young kid and telling my parents, my now wife is pregnant. She wasn't my wife then, but my wife was pregnant. And it was like one of those things like, holy shit, what do I do? And you just keep on asking them, what do you do? What do you do? And they just keep on telling you, you'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, you'll figure it out. It's like you push a kid into the pool, they'll learn how to swim. Like, it's one of those things.
I was 20 years old, just got out of the military, just got done with my first time in rehab. So my life was a fucking disaster.
Oh, man.
We were married for well over a year. So, like, that wasn't the thing. Like, it wasn't like she got pregnant, we got married. Like, we were already married, but I just fucked up our lives royally at that point. Just moved home. Like, was clean for a little over a year when he was born. And then 2 years after he was born, my dad died.
Oh, shoot.
That was like the royal downhill fall there. I have a great wife. She's still with me to this day. We split for a year, but when I fixed myself, she let me earn it back,
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. But for the first one, I was a really big knucklehead till he was like 5 years old. And it's like, because I had a kid when I was 20. A lot of drama shit happened or whatever, which is whatever. Everyone has their life and everyone has drama that happens in their life.
Yeah.
I truly don't feel like anyone has anything that's more extreme than the other. I just have different ceilings than other people, right?
Sure.
All of our life experiences feel the exact same to us. Just we have different life experiences that have those emotional tolls on us, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so all that happened. Then 25, I fixed it. 2015 was my last time in rehab or jail or anything like that.
Sick, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah.
That's
just
awesome,
kind of the story behind me, a little with the dad life,
Yep.
Not to interrupt or anything, but Aaron did post this too. I think that's just a pretty cool comment that he said. It's crazy to think about, like, we all living our lives for the first time and have no idea what's going on. And we all were hard on our parents. Yeah.
He's a new dad. I love that, Aaron. He's a new dad. He just had a little girl and she's beautiful.
Congrats,
nice.
Aaron.
Awesome. Congrats, Aaron.
Wait till she turns 5.
Also subscribe.
Exactly. My little girl Dave just tried to take advantage of me, Dad.
Oh man!
Also subscribe, Aaron.
It only gets worse.
when you got 3 daughters like I do, it's gonna be
3.
Fun. Yeah, one.
Yeah.
The oldest is a son, and then all the rest daughters. 3 daughters. It's gonna be fun.
I'm 1 for 3 with the daughters, 2 for 3 with the sons. So
yeah.
Shit, I'm 2 and 1, baby.
My oldest is 5, and then my one daughter turns 3 soon, and the other one turns 1 soon. So it's the 5-year-old. She gives me a run for my money.
Oh, I bet you played yourself with that one. That's a lot of girls.
Mm-hmm. We tried to even the score with the last one. It did not work.
No.
Survey says wrong answer.
So that's when we decided that we weren't having any more and did the procedures to make sure that didn't happen.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it even after 1. We still might have one.
So Tori, one of the things that we wanted to ask is how did the kids get named? That was kind of a topic of how we name our kids and all that kind of stuff. I think Eric came up with that, and that was a good topic.
So I actually really like this question a lot, not gonna lie, because my kids' actually names come from somewhere for me, and it's mainly the initials. So I was adopted when I was 2 years old by my dad, and everyone, when I was growing up, they called my dad by his initials, KC. And so my 2 oldest kids actually have the initials KC, and my oldest, that's his nickname in school right now, and that's what all of his teachers call him. And it's kind of like a legacy thing at this point, because my brothers did the same thing, and his kid's nickname in his school is KC as well.
Nice.
And then my youngest is Jackson, and J is my brother's initials are JC, so that's kind of why I liked that a lot. Kale's name, my wife got Kale's name from the movie Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf.
Ooh, yeah.
His name's Kale in that movie. I like telling people it's the main character from the anime Titan AE. That's the main character in that as well. But definitely a movie name. Cali. Awesome. I fixed my life in California.
Nice.
Which is where I went to rehab and where I went to my halfway house and did a lot of positives for my life in the future there. And then Jackson, definitely probably stems from Sons of Anarchy.
That's awesome. Jax, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But the initials was the main thing I was concerned about, because that was a big thing. Even I have my brothers and my dad's initials tattooed on my arm for dog tags, because all 3 of us were active duty Air Force and just stuff like that. So that just meant a lot to me as a person for them to have similar initials.
That's awesome.
Sure.
That's a cool story.
What about Eric?
Oh, man. My first kid, we didn't know how to name this kid. So we end up, I'm not shitting you, we borrowed books from the library of how to name your kid. And we didn't know what we were going to do. And I had no say in it. The girlfriend at the time, she's just going through, and she landed on Shaniqua. I shit you not, Shaniqua.
You're joking.
No, this is the true fucking story, and I'll take it to my grave. It's
fucking we can't do
this. This sounds like a scene from Napoleon Dynamite or something.
No, it was that bad. And I was like, no way in hell is this going to happen. So we had the last name picked. Obviously, it's my last name. The middle name was Marie, because that was something that all the girls on her side were named Marie. And
so her initials would be Oh no, never mind. Go on.
SMG, I think.
Yeah, for some reason I put A in there for SAG, but never mind.
Oh, so for some odd reason, she's like, "How about Journey?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, just do it. It's awesome." So Journey was the first one, Journey Marie, and then like 4 years later, Lucy comes about, and at the time, so the chick that I was with then, her aunt was going through, I think, breast cancer, and was kind of like on a downhill slope. So she's like, "Hey, I think we should name the kid Lucille." And I was like, "Okay, if it's a boy, it's going to be named Eric." And that was the same thing with the first one. So it's going to be, my first two boys are going to be Eric Keith, obviously after me. Anyways, so back to Lucy. So it was Lucille because her aunt's name. So Lucy's mom's aunt's name was Lucy. And I was like, perfect. And then she got her middle name Rose from her mom's mom. So Lucy's grandma is Rose. So that's how we got Lucy Rose. It's so old school. Like, there's not very many Lucys out there, and there's not very many like Roses out there. You know.
You just wait till you hear my daughter's names, but we're gonna let Eric or David go.
All right, so we got my kid's name. So my kid is half Hispanic, so like he's like white and Hispanic. But looking at my wife, you would never be able to tell that she's Hispanic because she's whiter than paper.
Sour cream.
Right.
She's got the ginger skin, so she's got the bad genetics. So he's probably gonna get burnt to hell when he's outside.
He's the one that's not supposed to.
Yeah. Trust me, I know them redheads, huh?
Yeah, you do. So
redhead, yeah.
we were kind of just like looking around, just like, what can be a Hispanic name, like one way of saying like the Spanish way, and then saying like just like the American way or whatever. What happened to Drew here?
I was just gonna say bye, Drew. He didn't like
Drew
your story.
Drew decided to leave us.
It just like randomly kicked me out and said, "You're backstage now." I'm like, okay.
That's what you say.
So yeah, we just came up with Elias, and so like Elias is like the Hispanic name. So
Cool.
You can say Eli for his white name, and then for his Hispanic it could be Elias. Elias. And then his middle name, it's my middle name is Alan. His is Alan also, but my wife's brother also, his middle name is Alan. So we gave him her brother's middle name. So
nice.
So
absolutely.
Well, I guess that leaves my 4 children.
Here we go.
So Brecken was named Brecken Michael. Kind of really didn't have an option. Just let my wife. That was, the first 2 children, we were just together, so we weren't married yet. So she kind of not got to name them, but just kind of like, I was just kind of like, yeah, you'll get to name them. Had a little bit more say in the other ones, but like Brecken Michael, she just loved the name Brecken. She thought it was unique. Hasn't heard much of it. It's spelled with an I rather than an E, so she thought that was kind of unique. And then Michael is after her dad because her dad is pretty freaking awesome. He's a really cool dude. So he got the first boy name, and then the first daughter's name is Sawyer Gray. Not really sure how we got Sawyer Gray, but I have a feeling that it had to do with my wife watching Grey's Anatomy all the time.
Same.
or 50 Shades.
Jackson's middle name is Gray.
Not that far.
I'm just kidding. Allie, I'm sorry.
And I think Sawyer was just kind of like, because we wanted to keep it a surprise on the gender, so we kind of picked a gender neutral. And then the lady doing the thing, where you do the gender thing, the
OBGYN.
Good God, are you struggling?
Not the OB, the gal that does the. I mean, I don't know. They got a specific name. Anyways,
OGBYN.
No, it wasn't.
That's what I just said.
The ultrasound.
It was ultrasound.
Oh my God.
she kind of effed up and was like, it was like her first time doing it, and she was like, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm getting this right, and okay, it is a girl, and we just were like, oh, we're having a girl. Like, we wanted to keep it a surprise, but anyways, no. And then second daughter, redhead, ginger daughter, she is named Loretta Joe. Loretta is after Allie's stepmom's mom's name. Oh. So her step-grandma, who had passed away, and we surprised her stepmom at Christmas telling her that it was going to be she was going to be named after her mom, and she about bawled. Her stepmom is really awesome. She's always been really great and always been there. So we just named her Loretta. And then Joe is my mom's middle name. So that's where we got Joe from, nickname LJ for short. And then the last girl, her name is Laree, Laree, after my sister Hillary, that has a double E. So we just named her Laree. And then her middle name is Antoinette.
Yeah,
I like that. Antoinette, because we knew it was going to be our last one. We decided it was going to be our last one, and I wanted to name something after my father for somebody that I respect, and the female version of Anthony is Antoinette. So that's where we came up with Antoinette.
Yeah.
My great-grandma was named Antoinette. That's nice. The second time I've heard that name. Very, very rare. I like it.
Yep. Laree Antoinette. She's our baby.
Heck yeah.
I thought Loretta was like, wasn't there like a country singer, like an old country singer named
Loretta Lynn.
Yeah.
Lynn.
That's what I thought it was from, but that was like, oh, that's
old,
cool.
Though.
She's older.
Yeah, so we're gonna call Loretta LJ or Rhett or Retta-Roo because she always jumped around. She like a kangaroo.
Retta-Roo.
So we call her Retta-Roo.
I vote Retta-Roo.
So with you guys having all of these kids, obviously not Davey, like how do you keep them apart? Like when my two kids are together, it's like I call Journey Lucy, Lucy Journey. It's like I know people that like number their kids like, hey, you're number 1, you're number 2, you're number 3.
Yeah, like, it's like how do you guys Dr. Seuss book, thing 1, thing 2, thing.
Yeah.
Thing 1.
Yeah, exactly.
I just yell at them in unison. You know.
Yeah.
I still call my son the wrong name. I have 2 cats and a dog, and so like half the time I'm like, Charlie. I mean, big.
You don't.
It's not the worst whenever you're doing it, just talking to him. But if you're like actually like upset about something, it takes the thunder completely out of it.
Who are you?
Like, God damn it!
Oh yes.
What's your name? I don't know what your name is. You go over there.
Yeah. The goddamn corner.
Hey Drew, I thought you were gonna say Sawyer Gray because Sawyer Brown was taken.
No, there's yeah, I don't
I was gonna guess.
To tell you the truth, I can't even know. Oh, well, we could use that because I love that show.
I know, like Peyton Sawyer, you know?
Yeah, I love it.
She was on TRL.
I'm not really sure if my wife has seen all those or not. I'm pretty sure she said that she's never seen them all, and I'm just
what the hell is TRL?
It used to be like the old MTV show, like that, like everybody was obsessed about before. What's it called?
Was it 90210?
No, like it was
Laguna Beach.
It was it's like real life show. It was like one of the first.
Like it's kind of like Jersey Shore.
Kind of, but it wasn't like as dramatic. Like it was.
It's like CNN, but MTV. Like it was like also like before.
Dave Chappelle did a thing on it one time. I'm pretty sure where he had like it switched up. It was like a race switch up with it. It was really funny.
Of course it was. He doesn't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't remember what it was called. But it's just like everyone living together. We brought 10 people in to live together. They don't fucking know each other.
like Big Brother.
I love the Real World with Dave Chappelle. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
So here with Tori doing his little shit there, what do they call that? Lucy's knocking on the door. I said little shit. Hey, go in. No, I'm just kidding.
I think mine hurt him too. You guys were good.
What's a reality show would you guys go on? Going like it's so freaking drama. Like everyone you watch, like having a kid or having kids, like they put you through hell. So what show do you think you could survive on just by having kids?
We'll keep this Midwest, and I'm going to go with Duck Dynasty.
Oh,
that's a good one. I'd love to just live that life, though.
Could definitely live that life.
So, okay, I guess I should probably explain myself. What game show, reality show kind of thing? You know, like
what?
You could throw me on Survivor.
Like Survivor or what's
the
that
challenge,
other,
baby?
I'm going.
Brother. Fear Factor, where you got to live with each other.
I'm going with the challenge.
Yeah, I'm going with the challenge also.
I'm going with Davey.
The challenge would be solid. I don't know. Probably. I think I've always thought Survivor would be fun. Like, not like a good challenge, like a good if I can do this, I'll be okay anywhere. But it also would have to be like real too. Like they kind of.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't make it like all the way through the challenge because I suck at puzzles.
Make it in the fridge.
I don't think the hardest thing. I mean, you go watch the challenge. It's not even like the physical stuff. Is like you just have to show up when you're about out of elimination, right? I mean, it's playing the politics and it's playing the mind games of people.
Yeah,
that's the problem with these.
But it's it's mental.
I'd get voted off immediately.
Like
you just piss everybody off, and they're like, "Get this guy
Damn
out
it.
of here."
You don't even.
I'd get everyone on TV mad because every single person there would be retarded. You know,
Exactly.
Have you guys seen the new Deal or No Deal Island?
No. What?
I saw it, but I haven't watched it yet. I saw they were advertising it.
Like. It's actually pretty good, and that's the one I would probably throw myself on because it's like everybody's against everybody. So like everybody's lying, like oh yeah, I'm not gonna do you wrong, but then they do them wrong. So it's like I think I could do that one because I really literally tell one kid, hey, yeah, you're my favorite, but really you're not. And then I just go to the other one and be like, yeah, look at this. See, like I'm playing my kids. You're
a really good car salesman, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I mean, there's 3 holidays. There's Christmas, there's my birthday, and there's Father's Day. I have 2 kids. Who's going to get me the better gift? That's how I rank my kids.
I think you are.
The worst one, you're just like, I can't believe I wasted my time.
Yeah.
Davey has 3 holidays too. It's Christmas, his birthday, and Mother's Day. But I mean. Just kidding, David.
Let's put him back in backstage again.
Oh, it's good stuff.
No, I forgot what the hell I was going to say now. Damn it, Drew.
Must not have been that important.
I'm really good at doing that.
Yeah, you are.
We were talking about the challenge and being good car salesmen.
I was going to say. I was going to say. So before Eric changed it to game reality show, I was gonna say like the show that I could have been like saw myself on would be like Jersey Shore, because it's drama, but you're never gonna starve because Mike will never make sure you're like the situation. You go to their family outings and you're never gonna starve. Like
I figured you were gonna say Teen Mom or something like that. But
where's Keeper at, Janelle?
Fuck.
Yes, my wife. Yes, I've watched that with my wife.
What's that?
I'm not ashamed to say. Yeah.
Like
I watched that down.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I watched that Down Home Fab with Chelsea from Sioux Falls here, and God, they're doing some crazy stuff with those remodeling and like the renovations to people's houses. It's insane.
Thanks, MTV, for making me famous. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
There's got to be a show out there that can make me famous.
There is. It's this podcast.
Yeah.
There is. It's called Where's My Dad with the Melton.
Where's my dad with the what?
You only get famous on that if he comes back with it, and everyone knows.
Oh shit!
Sorry for cussing.
Dude, that is like truly like stupid. That is the stupidest thing. I freaking hate fads. Like this sketch fad, it's the dumbest thing ever. Absolutely stupid. What's up, brother? No, it's stupid.
I never heard of him until like the other day.
It's
hilarious because he's so dumb.
He's so awesome.
Brother.
Like you're
Omaha.
You're jacking yourself off. Like, come on.
I'm starting every show.
I want you to repeat that and act like I'm not going to enjoy making that motion.
when David introduces me, I'm doing "What's up, brother?" every time.
We're gonna cut you from the show.
Well, I've always said like "What's up, brother?" and now everyone just does this to me when I did it. And like I'm old enough where I don't watch Twitch and shit. And then everyone was like, I was like, "What are people? What the fuck is this?" I went up to one of my buddies. He acted like I was the stupidest guy in the world. He's like, "You don't know what the fuck this is."
I don't think they were acting, Tori.
Yeah, touche.
That's what happened.
Tell myself they are.
That's what happened to me and my coworkers.
I was literally just talking to my wife about that guy tonight, and it was so funny. I saw a video the other day. He was talking. I mean, he was surrounded by these two hot chicks, and they were like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he's like, "Oh, Texas. I'm from Texas." And he was like, and they're like, the hot chicks were like, "Oh, I heard everything's bigger in Texas." And he goes, "I'd love to disappoint you."
Like that was funny.
Yeah, who did it? It was another YouTuber, but he challenged him to a 40, and the guy's like known for being fast, and he goes and runs it, and it's like a 5.7. The guy ran like a 4.2. There's no competition whatsoever.
This dude has literally blown up so much. Like he got to announce the NFL draft pick at the draft the other week, like 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, but that just lets you know that it might not last. Like I hope it does. He's cool. Seems like a cool guy and all that. But every single person that you see just jump up there, jump right back down.
Like all these fads are it's a TikTok fad. So it's like. Who's going to create the next TikTok or Instagram fad, reel, whatever it's called, and then sketch is just going to be someone's tomorrow.
And it's all just fast money. You know, how much can you make
right
now? How much can you make right now? And then
it's crazy.
He's going to be rich forever because of it. So like, I'm cool.
Right.
Like,
right.
Not trying to say anything bad. I'm all right with it all.
Yeah. So let's just say Logan Paul's still making money because he thinks that he's tough. I mean, let's be honest.
He likes Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, and those are so much of a show for those guys. Like,
absolutely
right.
But
I hate to admit it, but Jake's actually decent of a boxer.
Is boxing a sport?
Jake Paul, he's turned. So when he first started doing it, I wasn't all about it, and even then, I don't think he's really gone against a bunch of people. He's gone against a couple guys that I'll be cool with, like putting him in a category for. But most of the people he fights are like retired people that were not professional boxers either, and like you're looking at guys that try like most of these guys know 5 or 6 different forms of martial arts opposed to just trying one form of fighting the entire time that they're doing it.
It's all,
and I feel like that's huge.
It's all a money thing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Mayweather would knock him out in 30 seconds if it wasn't a money thing.
Well, and like the big thing too is like get in the cage then. If you're that good of a fighter, just step toe to toe with one of these guys in the cage. Hell, go in the cage with the UFC fighter that's like 1-6 right now.
Go up against Nate Diaz and see what he does to you, because Nate doesn't give a shit.
Be so bad for him. I'd be so
Nate.
Dana White said the same thing about it when Conor McGregor fought Mayweather. He was like, he will never ever say this shit to McGregor on the streets because he knows in a dogfight he would get absolutely destroyed. Right. Boxing is an amazing sport. It takes a lot of athletic skill to be in it, and it's incredibly hard, but it is a very regulated fight to an extent compared to like what the UFC is throwing out there.
Yeah, you can throw your knees at people. You can freaking break their arm. Like, that's what I would say. If Jake Paul fought was it Tyron Woodley?
Oh, like Tyron Woodley would wreck him.
He would have wrecked him if he would have fought UFC.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be like a competition either. Like it wouldn't make it out of the first round. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Even his brother Logan Paul doing the whole WWE thing and all that shit, like he would not make it out of the first round of a true UFC fight, especially against a professional that doesn't have anything else in their life. Like he can go in here and train with whoever the hell he wants to train with for boxing or the WWE shit, but he doesn't actually get in there and do the same shit that they're doing. So they call all these people out and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
It's streaming. That's what he's doing. He's trying to create a audience for his freaking stupid shit.
But it's so weird because the UFC is like one of the like lowest paid like fighting areas. Like it's very well for the fighters and everything, but most of like the people he's calling out do not make the same amount of money that he even gets close to making, and he can't even like get that much more popularity compared to what he already has off of this.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Right.
I will admit it. Jake Paul's got a freaking huge right arm though. Like that thing is. The thing's pretty deadly. Like I would hate to catch that.
Too.
You sound like you're going to a Matt Rife thing, Matt. I mean,
so
you sound like a fanboy right now.
Are you coming with though?
He turned himself into a professional boxer.
Yeah. Like
Right.
he definitely did the training. Like he's got the athleticism to do it, but just the fact that he didn't grow up a boxer really.
I didn't grow up a boxer. My right arm is killer. I guarantee you wouldn't last 20 seconds with my right arm.
Dude. I'm just saying if I had $5 million and I didn't have anything else to do with my life, I could do it.
Drew got it.
I know what you like. Trust me, I know what all of you like.
Eric's scared of his coworkers. He would never last a minute.
Yeah, Dave, I think that's why you don't work with me anymore.
I don't work with you.
We should do that.
What?
Midwest Dad Squad Fight Club.
Jeez.
I got way too
You
many
guys get some
concussions.
boxing gloves. I'd be down to show.
Heck yeah. I'd be down.
We were just going to do pillow fights.
Oh. This is adorable.
And for those reasons, I'm out.
I signed my name twice onto this.
I have too many shots to the head. I'd be knocked out cold, and it wouldn't take much. You'd take one little
pillow
jab.
fight, Davey. In a pillow fight.
I have a lot of concussions, man. It doesn't take much.
Those from birth or from later on?
Yes. Thanks, Mom. Sorry for that.
Forgive me.
Oh.
You see the shit I deal with every single week? I hate my life.
I really don't.
Telling me at work.
Hey, it's a good way to end a Monday.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting my weekend right now. I got every Tuesday off, so it's one reason I started this on Monday nights too, so I can do everything on Tuesday morning.
That's kind of why we switched to Mondays, I think, because it worked a little bit better for me.
Yeah, Eric still can't make it on time, but
what do you mean? I was here at 7:45. It's just technical difficulties.
he has the worst luck with technology. I swear to God.
Dude, my luck sucks. Last week I had no power. This week I have no sound.
That almost makes him more of a Midwest dad, though, because he's having technology problems.
Yep.
Right.
That's a dad thing for damn sure.
For sure.
He's wearing his white New Balance shoes while all of it's going
Dude,
down.
Yeah.
I
want to see your T-shirt tucked in and you hoisting up your pants while you're trying to fix what your fuck's going on in your microphone. I want your finger to be like.
Come to work tomorrow. I'll do it.
Oh no!
Oh, he left us.
What the hell?
He hit the wrong button when he was touching the screen. I bet.
Yeah, he's got a touch screen.
Damn it! I gotta send him another email, or hopefully
No,
he
he
can
just
join.
has to. What the hell did he do? Here, let me.
He left us for.
I'll send him a message.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Hey.
Hey, welcome
Not
back.
bad.
You got a touch screen? Did you hit the exit button or what?
I think I just swiped out of the whole screen completely on accident.
He's probably like, shit.
Trying to do this, and I touched it.
Are you? Is that on? What are you streaming on? Don't you have? Do you have like a computer, or what do you have?
So what I'll do, this will be hooked up to my computer for audio, and that's what I use for my Spotify. I'm streaming this from my cell phone right now, and then I have another cell phone that I'll stream from for Instagram as well. And I actually have a third phone that I'll probably use for just recording it. But I got a bunch of shit from my Verizon. I worked at Verizon for like 10 years, and so I just never traded stuff or got rid of it after I got done using it. So I just got a stockpile of shit.
You must
Kevin
be
Gates over
good at selling cars.
Oh, mediocre at best.
You want to know the best part about tonight is that we like somewhat majority stayed on topic.
Yeah, that's the first time, and that's like I think it's the first episode we didn't talk about food either. But
don't bring it up now.
Yeah,
well,
don't. We'll never get out here.
Well, you guys talked about sports, so I can talk about food. What did you guys have for dinner?
We didn't talk about sports at all.
Oh,
mini tacos and frozen pizza.
Mini tacos and frozen pizza. How much food, Tori? This was the topic last week that you didn't chime in on. How do you cook all your food?
Oh, I like cooking a lot, so I'll cook shit a million different ways. Like, I have a pellet smoker. I have an air fryer. I got the pressure cooker. I got.
Do you cook your steak? Do you cook your steaks in the air fryer?
Fuck no.
Davey! Oh yeah. How about your bacon?
I don't. My meat will always be on my smoker.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else that my meat belongs besides my pellet smoker.
So a question for you: what would you cook in the air fryer then?
Oh, I could see maybe if you chop up a steak and like put it in there as like steak tips, but air fryer would be like fries, chicken wings. Dude, mini pizza tacos. In the air fryer is so good. Mini tacos for damn sure.
Yeah.
Taquitos.
Yeah.
No, like mini tacos. They're bad.
Oh, Davey, does your wife do like legit taquitos? Like, does she like make like tamales and stuff like that?
I had a tamale last night. It was delicious.
Yeah. My wife's mom made it.
A little different with bone in there, but hey, they were still delicious.
She needs to make some and freeze them up so I can come get some.
I'll have her. She'll make some carne asada too.
Oh! Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop that shit in the air fryer.
Hey, David, what did you cook in the air fryer last night?
Nothing, because the damn thing's broke.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I bet.
What?
It was this fucking steak, I bet.
I wish. My wife was trying to clean it one week, and she must have got something in the motor of it or what, but it will not turn back on again.
You gotta plug it in.
Shut up.
You're not the first person to tell me about cooking steak in the air fryer, though.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I'll bet you
want it all the time.
Well done too.
If I had a smoker, I would definitely do that. Okay, I would.
I get it.
I don't have one.
I mean, I think personally, smokers are overrated. But I just do an old school on the flat top grill. So
sounds like someone that doesn't have a smoker, you know.
I had one, never used it.
You know, I honest,
I like to send it for 10 hours.
Like, I wish I had a way to put more smoke into the meat. Like, I don't think the pellet smoker produces enough, like, to get that smoky taste.
You can buy tube and put them in there with it, and then it'll give it more smoky.
I have the tube, and it's still. I think I need to go old school with the fucking log of oak wood. Yeah.
My father-in-law has the old school. Like, it's not pellets; he buys the wood, and I mean, I mean. He loves.
I have one of those at my wife's parents' house, but I'm not allowed to bring it here. I have one of those at my wife's parents' house, but they won't let us have that in the rental. That's why I got the pellet smoker.
Yeah,
but I also am the type of guy that I'll make sure it's sitting on there, even if it's just a steak, for like 5 hours, just to make sure it's smoked out and it's low and rolled the right way. I'm not rushing anything on that thing. That's one reason I like it. I'm a big stoner, so if I can let something just chill out there and do its thing for a long time and I don't got to fucking worry about it.
Fall asleep and
get about it.
The best thing that I say, I mean, the best thing to come off a smoker, I mean, I love prime rib and steak and all that. I mean, I love all that stuff off a smoker, but the best thing to come off a smoker is chicken wings.
Yeah.
Chicken wings in a smoker is elite. I mean, you can't just throw that shit in the oven or nothing like that. It's got to go in a smoker.
I agree. And then I like making the lollipops on the chicken lollipops.
Yes.
On the smoker.
I need to learn how to do that.
You just cut it and you.
Yeah.
It's like wanking it. You just wank it down.
Like, here it is. Here's,
Perfect.
Let me do it again. Right there,
All of them.
I can do it on this hand.
I like brisket on the smoker. That's so freaking good.
I fucked one up last year.
You got to be good at it. You have to be good at brisket.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared to do it. Scared to do it.
I was so mad last year.
It's trial and error, and then once you figure it out, it's great. But like you probably screw up at least 5 times on brisket before it's good.
$50 trial, man.
I know.
All right, we'll try it in the air fryer.
No.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
Oh jeez.
I'll try through a denial and error.
Denial and error.
Like the air fryer on fire because it's so big. That's denial. That was the kids that did that shit.
Man.
Good talk.
Well, Tori, do you have any more bullet points for us? Any more questions?
Well, so I like
Denied.
specific things, right? And so I always like something that gives people something to think about when we're talking about stuff too, And so this will go kind of be a 2-parter. What's the hardest moment you've had as a parent? And what is the one message you want to give someone that you learned from that moment?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Hardest, I mean, the one thing hardest thing I've ever had to tell my kid is like, sorry, you're having another sister.
My bad. Your mom. Like I can't.
My bad. Yeah, like that was rough because we really wanted it to be a boy. Both of us did, and it just, it is what it is type of thing, right? So that was a tough thing to say, but the outcome of it is that he has a great relationship with that little baby. He loves that thing to the death. So I think that was the second part of your question, right?
Yeah, like what was the message that you learned from it that you could give out to other people,
Yeah, so like him being a big brother to all of his sisters, he's taken that role on. He's been really good about it, even though obviously kids fight. But as the years go on, he's going to realize that his sisters will always have his back, and he obviously doesn't realize it at 7.
Oh, right.
I had an older sister, or I have an older sister, and I was like, she would. Anybody that messed with me got the wrath of my sister. So he's got 3 of them to back him up. So
absolutely, hell yeah.
So go ahead, Eric.
No, go ahead, Davey. You interrupt me all the time, so why not do it again?
Why not right now?
Go ahead.
Sorry. So I would say the biggest thing when my kid was born, he was allergic to the cow's milk, so the protein allergy. And I would say that was probably one of the hardest parts of being a parent, is knowing what the hell is going on. And Drew just left us again. Thanks for joining again, Drew.
What the heck is going on?
So
man.
So I think like the biggest thing like with him, like I was getting so freaking frustrated because like he would just nonstop cry and cry and cry and could not get him to stop. And then he wouldn't sleep, and then we wouldn't sleep. It's like we could not figure out what the hell was going on with him. And like his stools, not to be too TMI or anything, but like his stools were bloody, and because he was allergic to that cow's milk, so we had to go to like she tried to breastfeed, nothing was, she couldn't pump enough. So we switched to formula, but we went through 6 different formulas and we were just getting so frustrated. We're like, what the fuck is going on with this whole deal? And I think we finally figured it out when we went to the doctor and they told us, like, yeah, he's probably allergic to the cow's milk protein. Let's try a different formula. And after 6 formulas, went through ElderCare. It's $50 a can.
Yep.
It was $1,000 a month for us. Thank God Sanford gave us samples because otherwise we would be screwed. But I would say the best advice that I could give for people is when you're a first-time parent, educate yourself. A lot of people go through the whole thing and like they don't go to baby classes, and like when it comes to that moment and they have no idea what to do, maybe just reading up on stuff like, hey, what could this be? What should I do? So I don't lose my freaking mind if I have to. Take a minute, just leave the kid be and just go calm down. Like the
one thing that I will add is like, I mean, you say educate yourself. It's great, but don't like overthink it while you educate yourself.
Right.
Because like the first daughter, she had cysts on her kidneys late in the 3rd trimester, and we like overthought it, like, oh my god, she's got this kidney fibrosis, like all these things that could happen, and it could kill her. It's like, just pump the brakes a little bit. Like, I mean, everything happens for a reason type of thing. And I mean, I like the thing of educate yourself, but also like just understand that.
Don't destroy yourself because you're educating yourself. Like,
right.
Yeah, and what I meant by that is just like go to those baby classes. They help so freaking much because like I said, first time parents, they have no idea what they're doing. And if they do, they've had many years of experience with, nieces, nephews, all that stuff. I was going into it blind. I had no idea. Sure. And so the biggest thing for me that I had to teach myself, and that's part of the reason why the podcast became a thing, because I needed to learn how to just be a parent, just be you, keep doing what you're doing, and, just take a step back. If it's too much at the moment, take a step back, take a breather, deep breaths, and then just like, hey, it's going to be all right. You'll figure it out. And I think that's the big thing I had to teach myself. I was like, just basically calm down.
Just
stuff like
wait
that,
till
man.
Your son starts breaking shit, David.
Yeah. Well, and stuff like that, we always think it's so big. My oldest did the same thing. And it was wild because we were struggling and all that. But you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, we're going to figure this out easy. And it's like, shit, well, I was just stressing about this for the last 4 days. Can't get the damn kid to eat. Can't do this, that, or this, But in reality, you knew it was going to get fixed from the beginning. You knew it was going to be okay. You knew the doctor was going to take care of you. So just don't destroy your mentality over it either, because you know that you're dealing with something that can get taken care of.
Right.
And that's what happens to a lot of these first-time parents, especially with how stressed out you are and how new and how fresh it is and little sleep and all this other shit that you've just never experienced before, man. And so that just adds such another layer to it. I went through the exact thing, so I get that for sure.
What was the question again?
So the hardest moment that you had as a parent, and then the one thing that you took away from it that you can like relate to other people as like the lesson.
So punishment, like the hardest thing about parenting is parenting. Like parenting is not easy. The hardest thing about parenting is, like you said, overthinking, underdoing it. It's parent yourself one day at a time. That's the hardest thing. It's like what happens today. Like me and my daughter had a fallout yesterday and it freaking destroyed me today. Anybody and everybody I talked to, I walked around, Tori, you're lucky you didn't get punched in the face today. Like I was that pissed off. And then this morning when I woke up and I said, hey, yo, these are your chores for today. It's like tomorrow is yesterday, or yesterday is yesterday. The past is the past, future, whatever. But at the same time, create those memories. Like, parenting is hard. But what I learned is as I'm doing parenting, I'm creating memories for my kid to cherish and to share with herself. And to, if she ever decides to have kids, it's like, hey, this is a memory that me and my dad did. Like every single night, I tuck her into bed and I give her a kiss on the forehead. I say goodnight. Oh, and the other thing is we do a thing like when I drop her off, if I can't like honk and embarrass her, we do this thing. It's like this. It means I love you. And it's like, it's our thing. She gets out of the car. Like she just holds it up as she's walking to school, little rock star. Like, I love you. And it's like, oh man, I really wanted to shout out the window, but I guess, yeah, I love you too. You know?
Yeah, I guess that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
You're still fucking grounded.
Yeah, exactly. So
I need to talk to my kids too.
Parenting is hard. Create the memories.
It is. Well, and the little things matter. Like when I tuck my daughter in at night, I ask her, I say, "Are you the prettiest girl in all the world?" She says yes. And I say, "You're damn right you are." And I give her a kiss on the forehead and say goodnight. And then with my son, I'll ask him if he's the bravest boy out there. And he'll say yes. And I'm like, "The bravest?" And he'll be like, "Yes." And I'll be like, "Fucking right, you're the bravest." And then I'll give him a big hug and a kiss and then tuck him in and say goodnight. And so yeah, little stuff like that matters.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when you ask your daughter, "Are you the prettiest girl out there?" She's like, "No, Daddy, you are."
I'm like, God damn it. You're never leaving again. This world's fucked you up.
Yeah. Our nightly routine is saying that Moniana. Like, Moniana, see you in the morning. Moniana. Yeah. I mean, it's just a thing. And then the redhead always has to do cheeks. So she goes kiss, kiss, kiss. Cheeks, cheeks, lips. Every single time. And then she always goes, ow, because I got whiskers. So she says it hurts.
Absolutely.
There's no such thing
me to shave every day.
Enough memories. There's no such thing as too many memories and too many pictures.
That's right.
That's out of anything you can do is create a shit ton of memories and take a lot of photos.
See, Davey, you get to take all these notes because all of us have older kids and you got one coming up. These are all notes that you should be writing down. Like, remember this, remember this, remember this.
I'm taking them in. Taking them in here.
Attaboy. Yeah.
And I'll forget them in about 5 minutes.
For the positive memories, right? Like you remember all the little things that happened in your life, not the big things when it comes to positive stuff. But for negative stuff, you remember the big instances that happened with the negative stuff and not the small ones, right? It's like opposites.
You remember the big negatives and the small happies, but then you remember the big happies too, obviously, right? Like
but they're not as prevalent. It's like a weird thing we do for ourselves. You'll remember something happened, right? You'll remember this event did take place in my life. But if you got in trouble for it and you were uncomfortable the entire time, your body registers it differently. It's actually crazy because it's even almost like scientific. You can look most of it up. Like when you're like having that felt of guilt or feel like you're actually doing something wrong or uncomfortability, like you haven't experienced something before, your body registers it way differently, especially because when you're going through something that's so amazing and so great for your life and is considered one of the best moments in your life, you have such a dopamine high that your brain naturally produces that even is like relatable to like THC and weird shit like that. And it makes it so you just don't remember the vivid, amazing stuff as much because you're just riding the fucking high.
Right.
And it makes sense when you think of any great memory, right?
Yeah, that's the one thing that I hate is when my cousin who goes to a concert, he's always he has like 9,000 Snapchats on his Snapchat story of at this concert. And I'm just like, I'm living in the moment. I don't video that shit. I just sit there and live in the moment.
Well, and it's like, why are you going to miss out on everything? Like, don't get me wrong. If my favorite song comes on or if my favorite band comes on initially, I might throw it up and be like, look where I'm at,
Right.
But the whole concert's not recorded.
Right.
Yeah, I can't stand that either.
What I do when I do that, I just charge people $5 to watch my Snapchat. So then my ticket is going to be cheaper.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Hey. Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is?
What time is it? What time is it?
It's dad joke time.
Dad joke. Woo woo. All right, Tori, you're up first.
So
did your voice crack there, or did it cut out?
Ooh.
I think the connection was okay.
It was the connection. Sorry.
I looked up dad jokes that have to do with weed, because I like weed, and I'm a dad.
Whatever, man.
So, I told my doctor that I had joint problems. He told me to roll them tighter. None.
Nice.
That's a good one.
And Confucius says, "He who smokes weed on the toilet is high on pot."
High on the pot. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, I'm gonna get canceled for sure.
You know? Drew, what you got, dog?
Gosh, what I had it in my head, and then I got to think of it again.
Sorry.
What happened when the horse fell?
What?
Or what did the horse say when he fell down?
Nay.
I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
Oh, I just saw that one earlier.
Oh,
Eric, what's yours?
actually, Drew, why don't you go? Because mine's not there yet.
I got
He just
one.
went.
I only have one.
Or no, I mean,
The other Drew.
the other Drew. Next, yeah. Actually, it'd be like this, or would it be like this? There you go, like that.
There you go.
It'd be
There you go.
David, yay!
David.
See, it's like my
All
kids.
right.
It's like my kids. Hey, Journey. No, you're not Journey. You're Journey. Like, yes.
So you're
Journey's
done. You're
definitely
done.
named after the band, right?
No, she did not get named after. I really, truly don't know where she got.
That's what
the
we're
name
going
Journey.
with, though.
I just agreed with it, so we would name it Shaniqua.
All right.
All right, David.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go into the bathroom?
Okay.
Because they're dead.
Because the P is silent.
There is a P in
There is a P in pterodactyl.
I know.
Nice.
What's pterodactyl, guys? I don't understand.
No hands.
I did that one time when I hit my nose on the bathroom wall.
Can't do it drunk, Eric.
Wow, that's the only time.
I did it one
was
time,
weird.
pissed over my balls.
This guy deserves a raise. Sorry.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
What has 4 letters, sometimes has 9 letters, but never has 5 letters?
Dad.
Yes.
What has 4 letters, sometimes has 9 letters, but never has 5 letters?
Right. That's correct. Yes.
That one.
Dad.
You're saying a statement. You're not asking a question.
Go, man. We can have Davey going for the whole week.
Probably. Some of those I'm just like, you're home.
Hey, David, you know how you keep an idiot in suspense?
Well, what has 4 letters? Sometimes has 9, right? And then what was
Never
the
has-
last question?
Never has 5
Never has
letters.
5 letters.
Yeah.
That's those freaking like those.
Take the question marks away, put periods.
Well, there were periods. How do I say?
Right.
I'm talking about in
It's just
your
like-
head while you're saying it.
It's just like, yes, that
Yes.
is correct.
See,
Yes.
Drew got it.
It's because Drew's not human.
I'm actually really good at riddles like that. I love riddle kind of things like that.
Okay,
Drew
here's a
used
good
to
riddle.
used to send me a lot of them.
Here's a good riddle for you.
Mm-hmm.
The person making it doesn't want to make it. The person buying it doesn't want to buy it. The person using it doesn't know they're using it. What is it?
Insurance.
No.
A
Home
cell,
warranty?
It's a what?
Dude,
cell phone.
Nope.
I said home warranty.
It's kind of somewhat like that.
Is it just your house? What?
No, it's a
What is it?
casket. It's a casket.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That is a good one.
Like that. Like I still love
Makes
the
sense.
Cowboy Rides into Town on Friday one. I love that one.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
I do like that one. My daughter gives me these all the time, and it's like, what about this one?
David's thinking about it. I don't think he knows the cowboy one.
I don't.
I'm
terrible. I'm terrible with riddles.
Oh. Huh. Do you want to know this one?
Sure.
So the cowboy rides into a town on Friday. He stays 3 days and he leaves on Friday. How did he do it?
Oh Jesus, I have no idea.
The horse's name is Friday.
Oh.
I knew that one.
You can have people going for days on that one. You've never watched Major Big League? I mean, that's a classic.
Yes, that is a classic.
100%. It's about the Minnesota Twins baseball team. I mean, even Eric who hates sports.
That's probably why I haven't seen it.
Because it has to deal with sports.
Yeah.
You don't like Charlie Sheen? When he was awesome, not that he ever wasn't. Who fucking doesn't like goat blood?
It's good stuff, boys. I love the episode tonight. Tori.
That was a great episode. That was a good episode, Tori. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Love it.
Thanks for sharing your stories and some good laughs with us. Really appreciated you being on.
Yeah, it was a great time. I appreciate you guys having me a lot. Sure,
Dave,
we will link up again.
Make sure we share his podcast too, because I'd like to watch that. I don't know anything about it, so make sure we share it on our page so I can watch it.
So, Tori, when do you do your podcast?
So I do them. So I didn't do one tonight because I just linked up with you guys, but I do them typically Monday nights at 7:00. It'll be Regenerating Degenerations. The podcast episode is normally up and going on Spotify by Tuesday morning by 9 a.m. And then I'll have shorts on my YouTube channel by end of business day on Friday for it, and my full episodes uploaded on my YouTube as well. And it should all be tagged with Regenerating Degenerations. So if you look it up on Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify, you should find me, hopefully.
Yes, we need to get that because I had a guy came into the store today asking about the podcast because we were talking about, Murph was talking about it. The guy was like, "Are you guys on Apple?" Or I was like, "No, we're on YouTube and Facebook." So we got to get that stuff rolling. So Tori, you should help us get on Spotify.
Yeah, it's super simple.
I'd be down.
Spotify for podcasters.com. It's the weirdest thing, and you can create your own everything from it too. I'll actually show you guys a couple things. There's this video short app that'll make your guys' life a lot simpler too. That I'll show Eric. It's called Opus Clip. I use it for all my stuff. They are awesome. And then for Spotify, you can actually completely build your episodes, and they have another app called Riverside that helps you build your audio as well. And Riverside will split your audio from it.
We tried Riverside at first, and then it said, "Oh, you got to pay for this." We're like, oh, "Crap, we're just starting into this. We can't pay for this."
Yeah. They have a way to do it without paying for it too that I typically do, but I think it's going away in a couple months. But there's also, I don't know, there's a couple apps that I use that I'll show Eric, and I'll help you guys out with this. I just recently got into doing this for the last 3 months. I started in March, but I kind of just tried to go really deep into it right off the gate, especially because most of the stuff I already had. So I was like, screw it.
Yeah, that's what the Midwest is about, is helping out your neighbor. So,
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I just want to create positivity, man. That's all I care about.
Heck
That's why Eric lends out his weed whacker to David.
He hasn't done it.
Well,
my main thing though is I really don't want to make anyone a little pussy by being positive either.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I should probably get going. So
yeah, my kid's probably still awake, and she was supposed to be in bed an hour ago. So
absolutely. Thanks again, guys. It was great being on tonight.
Pleasure having you, Tori. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'll see you this week at work, Eric. See you guys later.
See ya.
See ya, man.